Hi, this is Monica Burrell, and I'm the CEO of Cardsmith. I'm going to be doing a series of short videos on how to do Kanban in various types of work teams. Kanban is more than just creating a board of sticky notes on your wall or putting together a Kanban board in Cardsmith. It requires that teams change the way they work. And change requires effort. So whenever something requires effort, it's a really good idea to understand your why. Essentially, the value of the change must outweigh the cost of the change. And getting really clear on this value or the why we are seeking the change in the first place is really the first step. Because when your team's in the middle of the change and things seem hard, it's easy to forget why we are doing something and then we give up. So my hope with this video is that it will help you understand the generic benefits of Kanban, but more importantly, that it will help you clarify your specific team's why. Let's go through some common problems that teams experience that Kanban can help. Does your team frequently deliver projects later than promised? Or are you pushing out delivery dates, perhaps reducing the scope in order to deliver something on time? Is your management clear with you about priorities, or do they give you competing priorities? Do they push more work to you and to your team, and so your team is confused on what's the most important project or task? And does management even remember all the work that they've given you or that you've already got going on when they send something else your way? Do projects frequently get put on hold, perhaps because the project of the day seems a lot more important? And is your team working on multiple projects at one time, going back and forth between two or more projects? All of these things can be improved using Kanban the right way. Perhaps projects are not getting completed because they're blocked outside of your team's control. Maybe there's a customer or another team or department that has something to do with this task or project, and it just isn't getting done in a timely fashion, and this holds up your projects. Perhaps team members are found engaging in blame. Maybe they're blaming management or each other, or they're blaming customers or other departments when it comes time to explain why the work isn't getting completed. Is it clear to you who has too much work on their plate versus who is available to take on more work? And is there a general feeling of stress or overwhelm in your team? All of these things can be improved using a properly implemented Kanban board. You've probably seen Kanban boards or you wouldn't be here, but I thought it'd be useful to share a couple of visuals. They can be physical, like this one with post-it notes on a whiteboard, or maybe you're using index cards on a bulletin board. Typically, they're comprised of columns indicating the process steps that work flows through. And they may or may not have rows or swim lanes to separate work by some other dimension, such as type of work, team, or project. Don't worry for now what your Kanban board should look like. We'll cover that in future videos. Here's an idea of a digital Kanban board. Now, physical boards are great, and I'm a huge fan if you've got the team all together in a single room and if you have the wall space. But sometimes with virtual teams, we need to go digital to support remote team members, remote stakeholders, or just have a digital record and tracking of the work. All right, now to the benefits. The most compelling benefit of Kanban really is speed. It's to help your team go faster, to get more done in less time. And I don't mean skimping on quality because quality is part of going fast, as rework is certainly not helpful. This is a picture of Usain Bolt and his relay team. Now, Usain was the fastest man in the world at this time, but this is a relay. And at this event, what's critical is the handoff. So projects are really like relay races. Time is saved at the critical points where work is handed off from one person to another. The receiving person must be ready to start when the person finishing the task ahead of them is done, if they want to go as fast as possible. And in order for the handoffs to work, you have to have good visibility and good communication. And Kanban is a great solution to this problem, and as a result, projects can go a lot faster. The second benefit is really agility or flexibility. Now, business is changing more and more rapidly all the time. There's new market opportunities, new competitors, new regulations, new technologies, and these are all coming at us faster than ever before. So Kanban allows us to work on fewer things, on the most important things, and to get work completed more quickly. By doing this, it allows for frequent course corrections. So rather than planning years of work in advance, we can plan on shorter cycles, execute more quickly, and overall just be more flexible to ever-changing business environments. This way, when a new opportunity comes your way, you'll have the flexibility to take advantage. Kanban started in manufacturing and it's common with software projects, but it can be very effective in improving flow with multiple types of work. So by flow, I mean predictability of a process. In particular, it can help when a steady stream of finished work is required. So if you're in a software company, it's a good idea to show your customers a steady stream of new features. If you're a marketing company, you need to be completing a steady stream of marketing campaigns for each of your clients. And bloggers need to have a new blog post every day or every week. So improved flow means more predictable, more controllable cadence for work completions. I recently interviewed about 30 project managers about what they wanted most in their teams, and accountability was the number one or number two stated desire for all of them. Then I started teaching a workshop on accountability and learned that team members, as well as project leaders, wanted accountability also. So, accountability is achieved when most people on your team frequently step up or volunteer to take on work, and then also when they deliver on their promises. And when they can't deliver, they clearly communicate this to the team, and then the team trusts each other enough not to blame, but rather to help them problem solve. So a Kanban board provides the visibility and transparency of the work, who's working on what and the reasons for work blockages, and this transparency really helps to improve trust. So teams start to work together to solve problems versus finger pointing. People can't hide, and those who want to hide will no longer be comfortable. They'll probably find their way out of your team. So this is much more than the Kanban board itself, and true accountability comes through the behavior changes that are required to make Kanban work. And we'll be diving into this topic a lot more deeply in upcoming videos. A common benefit of Kanban is that it really enables management to help. And so management becomes more of a friend and less of a foe. They're not pushing work to the team, expecting the team to miraculously complete multiple projects at once. Rather, they're working with the team to help focus on the most important work, to keep priorities clear, and then to help solve work blockages. Now, all of the prior things combine to support the creation of truly high-performing teams. High-performing teams are teams that trust each other, where management's truly helping to remove roadblocks, and where people are working together to solve problems, where people understand the reasons why they're doing certain work, and they know they are focusing on the highest priority work. This all comes together to support high-performing teams, and this is one of the most sought-after elements in work today. No longer can business compete on salary alone. People want meaning in their work, and working on teams that are working together, collaborating, solving problems, and being creative in accomplishing goals on a frequent cadence are things that people want from their jobs. So in this way, Kanban can actually be a competitive advantage in the retention of human capital. Not to mention that working on a high-performing team is just a whole lot more fun with a lot less stress. So I hope that you've discovered a few reasons of your own to venture down the path of implementing Kanban. Stick with us for future videos and we'll talk about how to build your Kanban board and all of the behaviors that you will be implementing as you achieve your own high-performing team.